Episode 22. Contenders or chicken tenders? We're back after the All-Star break. We are living our best lives. A nice little break for us. A lot of food was had over the break for me, at least, getting back into routine. Um, what have you been up to since we last spoke, Dubs?
I went away on a little family trip down to Kiama.
Beautiful.
Spent the weekend there. Did a bit of lawn bowls and a bit of hydro sliding and stuff, hanging out with the fams.
Oh yeah, I
Now I'm
saw I
back.
saw one of your photos with the lawn bowls. You posing. Form looked
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Uh, Me and my brothers there.
Yeah.
And now I'm back and ready to talk about the contenders and the tenders.
Did you get a chance? I mean, a little bit of a chance to watch the All-Star break, even though you're away. We had the usual suspects of the three-point contest, the dunk contest,
Yeah,
and the All-Star game with it revamped. I think the highlight for me was definitely that three-point contest. That was incredible. Uh, Damian Lillard ended up taking it out, but he honestly should have lost to Booker. Booker had three goes to tie him and get past him, and he missed all three of his money balls on the last shot.
yeah, that's rough.
Very rough. Con was
Mm,
excellent. First timer. I
yeah,
think in the final, the bright lights got a bit too bright for him. And the experience really came out with Booker and, Dame clearing him by 10 points easily.
yeah,
Um, But I mean, I think the three-point contest has surpassed the dunk contest now, where most people are looking forward to that three-point contest over the dunk contest because I don't know
mm.
if you got to watch any highlights from that dunk contest, but I, yeah, like
Yeah, I think I watched a bit of I seen some reels on Instagram of the dunks, but there's nothing that I can really remember. So I think
yeah.
that kind of says what the dunk contest has become.
And
Uh,
yeah, and the thing is, you probably can remember the dunk contest from 10 years ago where you had Gordon and Levine, and not
yeah,
the one from
if
2 weeks ago.
if those two guys aren't in the contest, then it's
Yeah,
people are probably not going to care. They should
definitely.
just have they should have a year. I don't know if these guys they're probably too old now, but they should have a dunk contest of all former dunk contest winners.
Yeah, I like
I
that
think,
idea.
yeah, but it's just like as you get older, you don't really want to be.
It's definitely harder, but
It's a
yeah,
it's a young man's competition. So when you
definitely.
got like guys like BJ Edgecombe and stuff like that that are
Back up.
not participating, then it's a bit rough to sell it. With the guys that they had this year.
I'd love to see if they could do it kind of like the three-point contest where it's not just four guys and they expand it out to like eight guys. And like you said, if they want to
Mm,
do like a former champs or a former top two, like, and try to get those
mm,
guys. Because let's be honest, Gordon can still dunk, Levine can still dunk. Like
yeah.
I know it was 10 years ago that they had their hops and they had their dunk contest, but I don't think we're losing a lot with putting those guys in there compared to what they're showing at the moment.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to like maybe those guys are more established to get them to come back to play or to participate in that. You're gonna have to, give them a good
Yeah,
prize money or
definitely need to
something like
sweeten the
that.
deal.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
um,
I also think like the three-point contest, you need Steph Curry in there. Like he needs to be participating every year. I know he was injured this year, but he's got to
yeah.
be in it.
Well, if Dame Lillard can do it and he tore his Achilles, then surely Steph can get out there and chuck up some threes.
Literally, like, yeah, I mean, get him out there. He did. I don't know if you saw that highlight where he shot it from like the broadcasting area that they had set up.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
It's insane. He's
I,
been doing these trick shots for how many years now?
Yeah, I just think like the 3 point contest it's easier to participate in because obviously there's less pressure to.
Yeah,
There's still pressure, but with the dunk contest, it's all you have to get this spectacular dunk that no one's ever seen,
exactly.
and you
It's
have
yeah,
to do it within like 2 3 minutes. And then if you miss your first few attempts, then it kind of loses the juice because everyone knows what you're trying to do.
Exactly. The
That
hype's
that's what
gone.
made that Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon, they got all their dunks on the first attempt. So
Yeah. Yeah, that was, I mean, yeah, I think every single dunk contest from that year onwards was compared to obviously 2016. So it's
yeah.
definitely going to be tough for anyone to up it. I don't know if there's anything else, like if you can, I guess if they decide to get rid of the dunk contest, what you do in place of that.
Mm,
I know people have, thrown around like a 1v1 or like some, but that's not going to happen because
no.
these guys aren't going to play for real anyway.
Yeah.
You probably can't offer them enough money to come do that. And especially the guys that we want to see in this 1v1, they're most likely going to be on a top four seeded team heading towards
Yeah.
the playoffs, which is, more important than 1v1 contest in the middle of the year.
Yeah. I think they should just get like those professional dunkers. Just get some random dudes like,
Yeah.
some Instagram influencers to come in and just have a competition between them. Like
Yeah.
that's their whole thing. That's all they do. They just dunk.
And those
Um,
dunks are actually like they're for the crowd, they're for the fans, they're for the people.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they're not going to be some average like Jackson Hayes. Give me an
yeah.
8 foot ring, I could dunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't
Like,
think I've ever seen you touch the net.
oh,
So
all right. You didn't meet me before my prime, mate. But yeah, like honestly, something like you gotta get creative with this stuff. Some of the skills challenges were fun as well over the last few years, so maybe something along that. This year's one was pretty good as well, but yeah, I think they got to get a bit creative and they got to think about, I guess, all age groups now in terms of audiences. Like you said, if you get social media people, that's what all the younger fans are watching, right? The Instagram reels of ballers,
yeah,
the 1v1s of ballers, like that's all they're watching at the moment. So
yeah,
you want to try to cater for the audience for sure.
yeah.
And then the All Star game that was pretty good. I think this year they had obviously the matchups, a little three-way tournament.
Mm.
Wemby was playing his heart out, which I could not say the same for Luke and Jokic, who were just having a laugh on the bench.
Yeah.
And then a few words were said with Kevin Durant and stuff like that. And then there was a bit of, bite back from Luca going, the All Star game's been like this since I first started. So, we're not really trying.
Mm.
Um, but it was good to see Wemby really try and push. And Ant Man said that when he won his MVP for the All Star weekend as well, where he went, Wemby set the tone and like he was playing so aggressive that it wanted like forced me to be aggressive as well.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it just comes down to like if guys are willing to step up and actually try.
yeah,
And it seems like the current group of like the new All Stars, the older guys are kind of phasing out, and
yeah,
they're just happy to be still selected as All Stars, whereas these young guys, um, they're still trying to create their legacies and stuff.
yeah.
So All Stars a chance for them to do that. Um, everyone thought that the world team was, the undefeated.
Yeah,
They had all the
unbeatable.
guns.
Yeah,
They
I mean,
had
if they're on the court, they're unbeatable. But if they're not
mm,
trying and not playing, then it's just
ex-
names on a paper. Like
yeah,
it makes no difference.
yeah,
But yeah, I think it was a good concept. I'm sure they'll probably just roll with it again next year. It'll be very interesting to see what happens though once if like I mean they had to make adjustments this year where they had to bring in Brandon Ingram and all these guys to
mm,
even the teams out. But what happens if there's not enough players for the world team like at all? Like say, one year you get four world guys and that's it. It'll be quite
mm.
interesting to see how that shakes out in the future. But I'm sure while you've got Jokic, Luka, Wemby, Giannis, you're going to be fine with this kind of concept.
Yeah. I just um, the world team is just going to be the same team every year.
Yeah.
But the All Stars in general, they're usually the same most seasons.
Yeah, it's the
If
fringe
the
guys.
top guys are healthy, they're going
Yep.
to be there, and then there'll be a few bolters there here and there,
Yep.
and injury replacements. But really, with that world team, it's like you're going to be picking who else. from an international's point can make that team? Josh Giddey, like
Yeah,
probably
Giddy.
not.
That I mean, but like, yeah, there's not much more.
Yeah.
It's probably yeah, like you said, it's probably going to be the same team most years.
Mm. Yeah. I think it just kind of All Star is what it is. Like it's a break for some guys, and then for
Yep,
some guys they really like they're trying to win these trophies like the 3-point contest, the dunk contest, like
yep.
and obviously All Star MVP. That's a big trophy to put in your
I mean,
on your
I think,
list.
and no one will say it out loud, but it's definitely a fun trophy to have in your
Mm.
cabinet, right? Like,
Yeah.
you got to get one.
Yeah. Well, you
Like,
definitely know from the start of the game who's going for it and
yeah.
who's just kind of there just to make up the numbers.
Well, Wemby would have got it for sure if it wasn't
Yeah.
for them losing. Like, if they actually won a game, he would have got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Ant-Man was good. Kawhi had that crazy game in the middle as well, where he
Yeah.
pretty much couldn't miss. So, hey, look, I think it's fun. I don't think it will ever get scrapped. It is part of it. I did see some
Yeah.
media numbers saying as well, like one of the most watched All-Star game weekends ever,
Yeah.
which is good to see. And I think that's the part where they're starting to cater for these young fans, right? Like they're getting these celebs in there, they're getting these influencers in there.
Yeah.
You've seen the content roll out from those guys as well all through the weekend, um, where they're posting stuff from All Star Break and stuff like that. So it's a good. I mean, I think it's good. It's here to stay. It's not going to change. So that's
Yeah.
another All Star wrapped up for us,
Yep.
2026, and the season was back 2 days ago.
Yep.
And it's interesting to see now how it will play out. So most teams pretty much have 30 games left to go.
Mm.
You've heard all of the chat and conversation around tanking
Mm.
and, what's going to happen, what teams are going to do. I think nothing will change for this year, obviously. So
Mm.
whatever we've seen so far from those teams like the Kings, the Pacers, the Jazz, Memphis, that's going to continue to happen for the season. But it'll be
Yep.
really interesting to see how the league comes in and changes that. But once we find out more information, I'm sure we'll be able to have a little conversation about that.
Yeah. This is supposedly going to be the last year that teams are going to be able to tank,
Yeah,
and obviously this is a draft that there's a few like potential franchise guys coming out. So
yeah,
I mean, you'd be stupid not to. Like, if there's going to be rules from next season or whatever to discourage tanking or penalize it,
yep.
whether or not they take away picks or who knows. Um, yeah, this will be the last year, hopefully. Um,
Hopefully.
I just think like some of these teams, they're just like they got the rosters aren't good enough.
I
Like
mean, I mean, sure,
there,
but
there,
like a
there are
team,
cases like Utah, like how they trade for Jaren Jackson and then they're sitting him like in the
yeah.
fourth
See,
quarter of games and
that's
he's
just
perfectly
blatant.
healthy.
That's
Yeah,
blatant. Like that's
yeah,
blatant tanking. I mean,
yeah,
I think the Pacers have actually done it the most ethical way. Like everyone
yeah.
plays, they just lose.
Yeah,
Like
it's very straight. Like, and you can't say that they don't play hard because they like they do.
they do, but they play hard for 3 quarters and a
Yeah,
half of the last quarter, and then they
yeah,
give it up.
yeah, yeah. It's very smart. Like it's probably like maybe what's the coach's name?
Oh,
Um,
I'm blanking as well.
Yeah,
Fuck.
maybe he's like, oh, well, yeah, we'll try. We'll
Yeah,
try for 3 quarters and then, just take your foot off
definitely.
the gas a bit and then
I think they
uh
definitely would have been competitive this year, but they had so many injuries at the start as well. So I think once those injuries
yeah.
are like, all right, we're just gonna tank for the number one pick. You're like,
Yeah, it's
which is
it's
fair.
one of those things, man. Like when you know your team really doesn't have a shot at going deep in the playoffs, like there'll be a loose ball that you wouldn't dive on or
Yep,
an extra rotation you don't make.
yep,
Whereas in a season where you know you've got a chance to win, you're putting in that extra effort, and
yep.
sometimes that's the difference between winning and losing in the
Hundred
NBA.
percent, 100%. I mean, if you look at the Eastern and the Western Conference, so I think a fully healthy Pacers team that is trying is obviously not coming last. I think they're going to be much further up. But the
Mm,
other three teams that are there, the Nets, the Wizards, and the Bulls, I think they're just not good enough, right? Like even a
mm,
perfectly healthy roster on all three of those teams, they're bad. Like
yeah.
they don't have to tank. They're just gonna lose games regardless. And that's see, I don't think you can say that as much in the West. Like like you said, Utah, perfectly healthy.
Mm,
That's a squad,
yeah.
right? Like they're gonna be good. Pels, like they on paper they're good, right?
Yeah.
The Kings suck. Like the Kings are bad. But
It's
some
just like bad roster construction. Like
yeah.
it's not really the players. Like obviously the players have to take some
Yeah. But I mean they're just old,
responsibility.
like they're just
Yeah.
slowly getting young talent through, so they need to tank.
Yeah.
But Memphis now need to tank because they don't have anyone. But
Yeah.
that's
Well, they're
it.
not. Yeah.
Like there's five teams in the league that actually need to tank.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But again, you don't want to. It's this thing where like you want to win yesterday, and that's not
Mm,
how it works. Like you might have a season where you come seventh, but then
mm.
that's how you get experience. And then the next season you come third, and you get a home court final, blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's like the system of the NBA, and it incentivizes teams to be bad
yep,
so they can get good.
yeah,
Because you don't want to be in that middle ground, like that 7, 8, 9. Like
I know.
you're a good team, but you're not quite good enough, and then what? You just stay like the Bulls for 10 years or whatever. Like
Man, like
that's
30
how it
years,
goes.
like
So
since
it's like
Michael Jordan, they haven't.
exactly like so. Yes, it's the smart thing to do. Even though you shouldn't be playing to lose.
What about the thinking? So I'm just having a few thoughts, but like as a team, like say Utah, they do end up in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
As like a 7 seed, 6 seed, whatever. The thing is, because they've just been losing,
Mm,
they're not like I don't know how it works as a professional athlete. Maybe mentally they're a lot better, but like if you've got no experience in the situation. How are you like? Okay, next year Utah are gonna win the championship. They're favorites, but you've had no experience in the playoffs. Like,
mm.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's like that's the thing with the constant losing. It creates habits, and like you know
yeah,
how hard it is to break a bad habit. Like
definitely.
so, yeah. There's still like you want to always be trying. Obviously, when there's a good draft coming up, then
Yeah,
you
of
probably
course.
know. But
Yeah,
there's also the downside of that constant losing as your players become losing players. Like
exactly.
they just accept they just accept this
Except this,
notion that
but that's the
it's
thing.
it's
Like,
okay to lose.
exactly. And you again, you use I'm using gonna use Utah as the example, but like someone like Keontae George, he's a
Mm,
gun,
yeah,
but he will have no experience playing in a high level game at
yeah,
all until he's actually there.
yeah,
And then you'll get the critics going, "Oh, he didn't perform. He shot 2 from 15." It's like, of course that's what's gonna happen because he's been losing
mm,
for the last 4 years.
yeah, yeah.
Like he
And
doesn't
it
know what a
just
high pressure environment is.
yeah, it's not good habits to be forming. Like you always want to be trying to win. I think
Yeah,
that's always like if you're just not good enough, but you're trying, then you can live with that.
yeah,
And yeah, but obviously the system, the way that the NBA is, doesn't it doesn't make sense
yeah.
to be in that middle
Be
ground.
in the middle. You don't want to like, yeah. It's tough though. It's real tough.
Mm,
Like
yeah, and then especially if you're one of these teams that's you're never going to sign a free agent. Like Utah's never going to get a LeBron James or a Kevin
no,
Durant
no,
just decide to come to them. So
yeah.
then that makes it even harder.
Yeah, but again, that's the yeah. But that I mean, adding to that, it's because you can't get that experience in the door. Even
Mm,
when they do get to the playoffs, there is no experience around them. You
yeah,
know, like Laurie Markkinen, what's he been doing? You know what I mean?
just been averaging 28.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, but like for what? Like no one will speak about him because
yeah,
it
because
just he's just gonna
no one
fade into
cares.
nothingness.
Yeah, it's not a. Someone's got to score, right?
I mean, yeah, everyone's gonna score.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I mean, it'll be an interesting discussion once I guess they do have that meeting and decide what to do over the next few years and how to stop tanking. I think as a neutral fan, you'd love to not have tanking, right? All these games would be closer, more entertaining. Um, players would, actually be trying. Your
Mm,
favorite players, like as a kid, if you see, like Keontae George just missing shots or like not trying, then you know what I mean. Like, how
yeah,
how are you ever gonna like build up that own your own brand as a player?
yeah, yeah. It's I've seen like suggestions of like I don't think the NBA would ever do this, but like just getting rid of the draft and
Yeah,
having rookies
free
just
agents.
sign with certain teams, but they all go to the same teams, right? They probably go to the cities that like they want to live in. Like who's gonna
Yeah.
want to go sign for Utah unless they're like they're born in Utah or something or
Yeah. I think it's interesting though, because you can, with the salary cap now, you can essentially only have two max guys, right?
mm,
So if those two slots are full on a team,
yeah,
then you might like as a 20-year-old kid, you're thinking money and future first before any of the accolades.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like you'll go sign with Utah for $40 million a year if that's what they offer you, and you get
yeah,
to be the number one option for 4 or 5 years. Then you can do whatever you want.
yeah,
But
yeah,
again, it's definitely harder. Like people obviously gravitate towards LA, Miami, New York because the lifestyle outside of basketball is so much better.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's just there will be certain teams that will just never be able to sign these top guys,
yeah.
and like, what are they supposed to do? Like, they'll just never be a good franchise, or like,
Yeah, you can't do that, especially when they're talking about expansion and stuff. Like you
yeah.
can't just have like these franchises that just can't sign
And,
anyone.
and Rich Paul will just get them to sign with wherever LeBron is, or like LeBron will still be in the league when he's 50 or something. And all right,
Le
you get
coach, mate. It'll be Le coach.
you get movie deals and get this and that. You can go stay at LeBron's house,
You can
sleep on
bunk
his
with
couch,
Bronny.
learn from the goat. Uh,
Oh, that'll be funny.
yeah,
But yeah, so I guess that's a bit of a wrap on what's happened over the last few weeks. Now looking ahead, obviously, contenders and chicken tenders,
love
because
chicken tenders.
yeah, and I mean so do I, but they're not winning a championship.
I was actually going through my phone the other day, and remember that place that we went to in Vegas where we
Yeah.
got the tenders with like the piece of bread.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
I see those.
That
Wow,
tender was huge.
it was ridiculous. Like, and just to have like a piece of bread and then a chicken tender was so strange, but
Yeah,
such a great combination.
I know. Oh, man, I can't even remember the name of that place, but yeah, that was good. That was some good chicken.
Yeah, that's some great chicken.
But yeah, so what are we looking at here? We've got, I think the East is really interesting to me. I think everyone under Hornets are gone now, so the top 10 is what the top 10 is. I don't know if you
Yeah.
feel as though that's the same. Um,
Mm,
but okay, so out of your 10 that we've got here, give me say three teams that you think are right there, and then give me a
mm.
smoky that you think could make some noise.
Okay, well, I'll start with the obvious. I think Detroit. They Everyone seems to say that the Knicks are just going to make the finals. Detroit smashes the Knicks
I
every
know.
single time that
I
they
know.
play them. So, like, yeah, on paper, I think the Knicks have a great roster for a deep run. But I think Detroit, they're my number one contender out of the East.
Yep.
Um, I'll go, well, three teams. I still got to go the Knicks because I think the roster that they have
Yep.
is very. They just need to work it out.
Yep.
And the third team, I'm probably going the Cavs.
Yeah. With the Harden acquisition.
Yeah, like the Celtics, yeah, but with, if Tatum comes back, I don't know how that's going to work. And
It
I think
worked
it's just
just
like,
like how it worked when they won the chip.
yeah, wow, yeah, that's what you think in theory, right? But it's been a long, what, how many, 60 games or something, and he
Yeah,
hasn't been there.
yeah,
Like just to add a piece, like he's the number one guy when he's on that team. To just add that at this point of the season, like I don't know if that works. So that probably knocks them out of my
yep.
top three
Just
teams.
just because of continuity, yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Um, and then what for a smoky team? It would probably be the Celtics, but just for the sake of not picking them, I'll
yeah,
probably go the 76ers. I don't know.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they have the potential to play very well when it's all going. Like Embiid's been pretty good. Like I was surprised he didn't make that All-Star game.
yeah. I know. He would have been awfully close.
Yeah, so
Definitely
just the
close.
way that he's been playing, and then if Paul George comes back and these other guys are playing well at the right time, I think they could possibly make a deep run. But
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a lot of ifs,
A lot
a lot
of
of
ifs
ifs
for
and
them, I
buts.
think.
Yeah.
I think mine's very similar to yours. I actually like Boston more than the Cavs,
Yeah.
purely because they've done it before and
Yeah.
contingent on Tatum. Like,
Yeah.
I think if Tatum's in that team, Boston are better than Cleveland.
Yeah.
Um, I think Detroit are still being slept on, which is ridiculous to say because they got the best record in the league,
Exactly.
and
Like
no one even gives them a chance. No one's even
people just brush
considering.
over them like,
Yeah,
yeah, they haven't had they haven't won a playoff series in freaking how long, but
yeah. And this is the thing, they might not have the star power, but they play like a team. Like
yeah.
their roles are so well defined that
Mm.
no one is stepping out. Everyone knows Cade's the guy there. Like that's already sorted.
Yeah.
But the way like Duran plays, um, Thompson plays, Tobias Harris, like they just do what they need to and
Yeah.
no more. Like they're probably
Yeah.
not going to give you any more, but they're definitely not going to give you any less.
Mm. Yeah.
So
You know how they're gonna play every night. Like
yeah,
they're all effort. They're a great defensive side.
exactly.
Um,
And
Cade
that's yeah,
Cade is playing like out of his mind at the moment.
I
Like
know.
you'd probably say he's a top three MVP guy now that like guys like Shea and Jokic have had the injuries this year. Like he probably makes that top three list of MVP this
I
year.
know, I know. He'd have to be right up there. Like I think the East guys have started to come out, like Jalen
Yeah,
Brown, Cade, both
yeah,
of those guys. Top seeded teams. They're both right
yeah,
there as MVP candidates. So I'll definitely have the Pistons. I definitely have Boston. The Knicks haven't been giving me much confidence
mm,
recently, and I don't know if it's just a regular season thing, but they've obviously got the experience once we do get to the playoffs, right? Like they got a lot of guys that have played in a lot of big games. So I think when it comes to
yeah,
those crunch time things, I'll trust them more.
yeah,
So that would like the top three in the East right now would be my top three, and like you, I would say Philly are the smoky. Again, I mean the poor George suspension is really annoying for them because they were starting to look really good prior to that.
mm,
They were all
yeah,
cooking, like all their whole starting five was really gelling well together. That
mm,
injury just, yeah, it doesn't help them at all. But again, if you got a guy like Embiid who's potentially the best player on the court in any given series, especially when you
mm,
look through the East, right? Like,
yeah,
there's definitely a chance, definitely smoky. I would love to see the Hornets in there.
mm,
Like Hornets to get an eighth seed, and we get the Pistons Hornets game. Bit of beef in that one, so
yeah. That'd be good. That'd be a good series.
that'd
Good
be a
tough
great.
first series for Detroit.
Yeah, I would love to see the Hornets actually play some meaningful basketball because they're fun to watch. So
Yeah.
that would be, I mean, the East I think is very settled. The top three, four teams are going to be there, and then I think yeah, Philly is the only one I really see making noise. Like Toronto, meh, Orlando have been average.
Yeah.
They lost today, double overtime against Phoenix without Booker. Brooks went off injured. Like Can't be losing games like that. I know Wagner didn't play and Suggs didn't play, but
Yeah, they're
like it's
just
no excuse.
there's something wrong with that team. Something doesn't fit.
Yeah, and I think the elephant in the room is Paolo needs to go.
Yeah,
I think you need
well,
pieces like you could probably shore up your center position a bit better. There's I think
mm,
moves that you can do.
yeah, I think if I don't know if he's a number one.
Yeah.
He's not an efficient guy. He's definitely a super talented. Like
Oh yeah,
he's a
definitely.
massive, massive dude with speed
Yeah. Speed and
and
strength.
skill. Yeah, but yeah, if he's your best player, then who knows what? Like you're probably not going that far.
Yeah, the consistency isn't there from him yet either. So it's just,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't see it happening. So yeah, that's the East. We'll move on to the West. What do you reckon? The West is a bit, it's heating
Mm,
up a little, I reckon. It's very, very tight. There's not a lot between all of these teams now.
yeah.
Especially with all the injuries and stuff happening. No teams really had a consistent run for like the last 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you got like those probably six teams from the West. I wouldn't be surprised if any of the six teams came out
Yeah.
the West. So if we're doing three and then Smokey again,
Yeah.
I think you have to still go with the Thunder. You
Yeah.
know, they're the champions, so you give them that respect.
hmm
And they picked up McCain, and they've still had a lot of injuries, a lot of guys out. So they're probably not looking like that dominant team that
Yeah.
they were looking like at the start of the season. But once playoff comes around and hopefully all the guys are back,
Yep.
they're the team to beat. So
Shea starts getting those foul free throw calls in the playoffs. It's all
yeah,
happening.
well, I think you'd have to go to the Spurs too. Like
Yeah.
they're 2.5 games behind the Thunder.
Yeah.
They don't lose, man. They don't lose, and um,
They also
maybe
don't like losing. That's what I get from them.
no,
They hate
yeah,
losing. The whole
yeah, yeah.
team.
I think yeah, that obviously their inexperience, playoff inexperience is gonna be
Mm.
that's gonna be the big thing for them. They're a young team, so regular season they got
Yep.
most of their guys they're gonna have high energy. They're gonna play well.
Yep.
So once it comes down to a 7 game series in a playoffs, it's all about adjustments and each team knows what the other team's going to do. So
Yep. Exactly.
it'll be a learning experience for them. But hey, man, like second best team in the West, and
You got a guy like
they
Wemby.
yeah, you got a top five guy on your roster. Like why can't you make the finals? Um,
Yep.
yeah, I got Nuggets as well. Like you got
Yeah,
Jokic
top
and
three.
Murray. They got
Yeah.
a great roster. Like they still got Gordon and Peyton Watson to come back.
Yep.
Or I'm not sure if they're back yet, but
No, they're not
they're
back yet.
they're looking for a big run, obviously, after last season. And whenever you got Jokic on your team, then
I
you're
know.
you're you're a chance.
You're
And
always a chance.
yeah, and then my Smokey, I'm going with Minnesota.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say
I go with
that.
Minnesota. Like I've seen like they play the Thunder well,
Yeah.
so um, they got Edwards going, Randall. If he's playing well, then they're pretty hard to beat. And I just think, yeah, they added like guys like the Sumu. They get Connolly back. They're gonna
Yeah.
have experienced guys for the playoff run.
Yeah.
Um,
And they've had
and
a
I
couple
just
of
yeah.
goes at it now, so they know what to do. What
Well,
they
they've been
say.
back to back Western Conference
Yeah.
final,
Yeah.
so they're right there. So that's my smoky for the West.
So my list is not. I wouldn't. The only reason I won't put the Spurs in there is because of inexperience. Like
Hmm.
none of those guys have been there before.
Yeah,
Well, I mean Harrison Barnes, but that was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Darren Fox hasn't played any meaningful basketball. He had one
yeah,
series with the Warriors like 2 years
yeah,
ago. That was it. Like I think the experience, like it's like that that saying that you got to lose one to like win one. That's what I
yeah,
feel like this is the Spurs for them this year. Like I think they'll get
yeah,
into the playoffs. They'll have a. I think they could still obviously make the second round because at the moment, if you look at the standings, they're going to be matched up against the Suns. They definitely
yeah,
beat the Suns. Like I don't see the Suns beating the Spurs.
yeah,
Um, but that the second round when you're facing absolute pure talent and like Jokic, Edwards, like I think that's when that experience will lack for them.
yes.
So I'm not gonna put them in there, but I've definitely got Thunder, Nuggets, and I've got T Wolves. I reckon as the three teams. I think
Okay, yeah,
I'm boarding your train on the T Wolves. They
yeah,
look, and like you said, they play the Thunder well. They actually play Denver really well as well. So,
yeah.
I mean, current standings, it'll be a Denver Minnesota first round series, which would be crazy. Like,
They always have good series. Those two teams. Yeah,
yeah, that I mean that's gone seven, isn't it? Like, has to.
yeah,
And then with my Smoky, see, it's gotten tough now because I don't think the Lakers are any good at all in
no,
the sense of like I don't think they'll be able to stop anyone in the playoffs.
yeah,
They can score points, they're not stopping anyone. I would have gone with Houston as my Smoky, but the injuries I think for them now have just derailed their season again.
yeah.
And then not actually trying to go get a point guard when they could have was I don't know, a bit strange. And it seems like they're tanking the season way. So tanking in the sense that
Thanking from fourth.
no, tanking as in like they know they'll make it, but that's as far as they'll go, like one round.
Yeah, I think yeah they're gonna like they've shown their hand and they're just gonna this is what they're gonna do. Like
Yeah.
if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then tough
Yeah.
luck.
My Smokies are the Warriors.
Very smoky, very
Very.
extremely smoky.
They've been sending smoke signals from the 1500s. That's how smoky it is. Kristaps to turn into,
Yeah,
I don't know,
I need to hear
MVP.
the reasoning behind this. What, are you just
Kristaps.
gonna say Steph Curry?
I mean, that's always a reason. Kristaps to turn into prime Shaq with a 3-point shot. uh, Melton to turn into Clay. Like, come on, man, give me something.
You just can't say the Lakers because of your hatred for them, but there's no way that you've got the Warriors over the Lakers as a smoky.
Yeah,
Even like I don't think the Lakers have a chance, but there's no way you have
I
the
mean,
Warriors over the Lakers.
you got to believe in my boy Steph.
They have Luka Doncic, bro.
Who?
Luka, the dog, you know the guy's the top scorer in the NBA right now.
No, the guy who hasn't won a championship.
That has to count for something, man.
Nah, I know. I just don't. I mean, they rolled out a lineup the other day. I think obviously against the Clippers, they obviously won that game,
Yeah,
but it was
just
Luca Smart, Reeves at the three, and
yeah,
then LeBron and Aiden. Like that is not winning anything.
yeah. They
Like,
just
yeah, unless other teams have injuries, I don't really see the Lakers getting through.
yeah, like the defense is just so rough with them. Like
I
if
know.
they like they have like Vanderbilt and Smart, but if you have those two on the floor at the same times, like they're just doubling off Luca or like
Yeah,
they're doubling them all game, and then
I think
you're
the
living with
annoyance for them as well is DeAndre Aiden. Like, you don't
yeah
know
that
what
guy.
version you're gonna get of him.
Yeah, it's just it's just like from night to night. Yeah, like you said, one night he'll have like a 20 and 12 game, and then one night he'll have like an eight boards and 7 points or something.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're a number one pick. Like how
You're
to
you're 6'11", like
exactly like the it's this is the prime situation for you to be in. Like you're playing with like two of the best passes in the NBA. All you have to do is screen and get open.
Yeah.
Like they're
You could
gonna find
almost
you.
say
And
three of the best
yeah,
passes.
like
Yeah.
Reeves is like he's getting there, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm these are like there's probably only like the Cavs probably the only other team that you'd want to be on as a big man other than this team.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean, I
like
mean, well, yeah, we saw Allen. He's gone crazy with Harden there now, so he
yeah,
definitely
so
gets. Yeah, so I mean, but that's the situation. I think I think the West is boiled down to three, four teams now. Like it's the top
yeah,
three, and then Minnesota. And
yeah,
I think the East is quite similar. I think it's probably the top four with Philly. I think it's probably just the top four if we're thinking realistically, if all
yeah,
teams are healthy.
yeah.
But then Philly can make some noise depending on health.
Mm, yeah.
So yeah, and they say standings don't matter for anything. I'm pretty sure they do.
So in summary, we have four contenders in the East, and you could if you want to put the Lakers and the Rockets in the West, we got we got six in the
Six.
West.
Six contenders left. So we've got 10 teams left that can win it all for us.
And then that means how many chicken tenders do we
We got 20 chicken tenders, baby.
have? So you get a 20-piece chicken tender for, I don't know, $20.
$20? Hey, dollar a tender. That's a bargain.
Yeah, well, yeah. Maybe 20 years ago you get a 20
Yeah,
for 20.
20 for 20.
Yeah,
Maybe when one of the fast food outlets does a one for one deal,
yeah,
that's when
yeah.
we can swoop. But yes, we have 20 chicken tenders. Love it though.
I don't know if I could eat 20 chicken tenders anymore.
I definitely can't eat 20. I could probably eat like six if I was really hungry. Maybe eight.
If they were those ones from that place that we had,
Oh, no way.
you're getting like three, and then you're just
Three.
you're sick after that.
Yeah. Oh my
Because they
God.
had like the seasoning, but it's like when you get like packet noodles and you have the
Yeah.
seasoning
This
inside, and they just pour that on top of the
moron.
tender.
I know. I know. It's
But
wild.
it's like crack because it's so good.
The season was that was some of the best seasoning I've ever had.
Yeah, it was great seasoning.
Great seasoning. Great season of NBA.
But anyway,
We're just about to embark on our 30 games left of the regular season, so it's gonna be fun. A lot to watch out for, look out for. Um, I think over the next few weeks, our conversations will fade away from the talking about the chicken tenders and to talking about the contenders.
yeah, the tenders will be put back in the freezer
That's
till
it.
next season.
Or they've been eaten.
Everyone's eating the chicken tenders.
That's it. But yeah,
Mm,
another week, 22 episodes, and we keep on rolling. Now this is the best time of the year, I reckon. Now coming up,
yeah,
rugby league starting here in Oz.
yeah,
AFL starts. Sport
yeah,
on, during the week, every weekend now. What a life.
yeah. This is we're set for a long ahead of sitting around doing nothing on the weekend.
Well, yeah,
Wow,
lots of days
that's
just spent on.
most weekends for me anyway.
Yeah, most weekends are spent on the couch just watching sport anyway. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
sweet.
that's good.
Once again, thanks for joining me, and we will do it all again next week.